But I enjoy just making an ass of myself. I mean, I think that's really what it is, because I think that in life you can't really take yourself too seriously, so sometimes you just have to make an ass of yourself. There's really not much to say about me. I get really nervous. I'm probably sweating.
My first impression when meeting Kyle is that this guy could be a serial killer.
Good first impression. He was working hard. He had a tripod on his, I think he had a tripod on his shoulder, a camera in his hand, and he was heading downstairs. And I'm like, man, that kid's a tough worker. And then I remember him coming back upstairs and being all giddy and happy.
I run replay machines. Normally I run 2 tape machines. I record the game. I've got a little router that I can punch up different cameras. And it's kind of boring during baseball because in between each pitch you have a lot of time.
Kyle will just be sitting there, like looking at the monitors, deciding like what shot to take, or like in between pitches, and all of a sudden he'll let out this screech like, whoa! And he'll point to the monitor, and then like we'll call it up on the switcher, and he'll point it, maybe it'll be a really attractive woman, or maybe it'll just be some really ugly dude doing something. Or
I get really excited when there's a really hot girl, especially if the wind's blowing her hair.
I wouldn't call Kyle girl crazy. I'd call him girl psychotic.
Girl crazy, in the sense that he desperately is seeking a girlfriend, no. But in the sense that he is extremely attracted to attractive women, yeah.
I went to Kent, and I can't read, can't write. Just got a text message.
Yeah, Kyle, he graduated with 2 degrees. Not sure how that happened. I think the one might be in custodial engineering.
And I originally wanted to do study psychology because I wanted to be a psychologist, and I was interested in psychology. And I had plans to go to grad school because I'm a decently smart guy, kind of a slacker when it comes to school stuff.
Work ethic, he doesn't have one. You have to have a work ethic to describe it. He has no ethics or morals or anything.
I started calling people Bronocchio. No can do Bronocchio. Doesn't really make sense. I mean, it's just, I combine the words bro, like brother, and Pinocchio. No can do Bronocchio. Doesn't make sense. But I did, and I became Bronocchio, and I started a Chipotle commercial using that phrase, and I'm sure it's pretty soon going to be an international hit.
Bronocchio? What does that even mean? How do you spell that? It's not going to catch on. Sorry, Kyle.
I work downtown. Every job I have is downtown. There are a lot of homeless people downtown, and they are usually annoying. And sometimes the homeless people are really annoying, and they come up, they ask you for money.
Yeah, Kyle has this utter hatred for the homeless of Cleveland and the world, I guess. I'm not sure why. I think he sees them as a mirror for his future.
I remember it was like I'd only been working there like maybe a month, and it was his birthday. He was turning 23, and I'd had like a beer with him maybe here and there, but like I knew on his birthday he was gonna get probably pretty trashed.
I can't really tell this story because I don't remember it because I had a lot of shots that night.
So we went out, and sure enough, all his friends were there. Everyone was buying him drinks. I think I bought him something. And he got a little bit drunk, and this homeless guy showed up, and his name was Shoulder Lean. Shoulder Lean, Shoulder Lean.
Yeah, I heard that he fought with a homeless man who very well might have been Little John.
What? He's a homeless guy. He's got long dreads. He's kind of very short. Huh? He's probably the scariest homeless guy in Cleveland.
He did this shoulder lean thing, and that was like his way to try to get money from people. And Kyle was pretty making fun of him pretty hardcore.
I just kind of was just, tearing this guy to bits, even though, I mean, he probably doesn't have much pride being homeless and everything. Although he does have cool dreadlocks that are dirty as hell. I try to play guitar. I'm not really skilled or anything, if you want to call it that. I had bought a guitar, I think, two years ago, and tried to teach myself, and I'm still learning a lot. I'm pretty terrible, to be honest. But I mean, it's fun. It takes the stress off.
Well, I've never heard him play the guitar, but from what I heard, it wasn't bad.
Hey, hey.
I don't see myself going anywhere with music because, I mean, it's not something I'm good at. It's just something I do for myself.
Kyle dances a lot. I'm not sure why, if he's preparing for a career as a fly girl. I don't really see him as having a future dancing in music videos. Maybe mopping the floor of sets of rap videos. I could see him doing that.
Perfect story. I was doing a PA outside in the Carnegie tents one day, and I was playing some I think some disco or something, and everybody's just kind of walking around eating, and out of the corner of my eye, I see this person just like doing all these obnoxious dance moves, and I'm just like, I didn't want to like stare because I was like, you know, just working. I'm just like, all right, if you want to dance and make a fool of yourself, do your thing. I finally couldn't help it, and I turned to look and see who this obnoxious person was dancing. It was Kyle Ebner.
I'm an excitable person. When I was little, I had a little ADD issues. I get really hyperactive sometimes, and music really, you know, it does something to me.
He would really get into it and try to get his groove on it. From the beginning of the year to the end of the year, he's gotten better.
If I'm in the right place or wrong place even, I'll dance. I like dancing. It's another thing I'm not good at, and I do it for myself.
But he's too white to try to go into rap music. I mean, some people can pull it off and they can get that thug appeal, but Kyle just doesn't have it.
Yeah, I think that Kyle, he has a future in music. If Vanilla Ice, Soulja Boy, and Right Said Fred could find work, so could he.
Yeah, Soulja Boy.
There are a lot of people that dance to this song called Crank That. It's like a new sensation. It's probably the worst song ever. The guy who sings it, wrote it, whatever, dances, has no talent. But anyway, everybody that I worked with at the bookstore, they know this Soulja Boy dance, and they do it. One night I got pretty ambitious, and I said, I want to learn that Soulja Boy dance. And I tried, and I failed, but you know, it was still a fun experience. I mean, I enjoy, you know, choreography.
Him and I could relate to a lot of things because we were just like Andy's interns. So we could talk a lot, joke a lot. We did everything like together.
And then Chris came along because Chris goes to school still, and he came along after about a month into the season or so. And at first I'm like, who is this guy? He's coming from Pennsylvania, whatever, you know. Who does he think he is?
So yeah, I'm gonna miss him. I wish him the best, and not only am I gonna miss the Indians and this awesome internship, but the people I met, the friends I made, and the interns I got to work with. But I wish him all the best, and I hope he finds a job.
Colin I met at school. Colin's a great guy. We just hung out. We had a lot of classes together one summer, and then we had very similar interests.
Yeah, Kyle, he's a great guy. I've actually come to think of him as one of my best friends, but if you had told me that a year ago that we'd become as close as we are today, I'd probably think you were smoking crack.
Colin gets me, whereas some people don't.
Do I get Kyle? No.